A superior rapper.
Yeah, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
It is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Oh, and just big shout out to you and your community.
This is incredible. It's kind of like a platform for
Ryan Kaluna with the Benzinga Pro team.
You are listening to the Biotech Buzz.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo. And just big shout out.
Good morning, early birds. It's 4:05. I'm sorry about that, running a little late here. But we are here with all the other early birds. It's the early bird show. It's 4 a.m. Eastern time. It's 10 o'clock in Amsterdam. And let's get this show on the road right away. So good morning, blind trader. Good morning, Laia O'Kelly. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Ed Checks. Good morning, Gamble to Gamble. That's nice. So how have you all been doing today and yesterday? Are you all right? Did you? Well, I hope you did. And that's what happened yesterday. So I tweeted this one out. Wish did go out too soon. But we gave you these levels here at 11.55, at 11.84, and at 12.10. So I hope that any one of you got this. So what we do on this show is we will give you the levels, and after giving you the levels, you have to trade on your own, of course. But you could have. There's two ways. You could have gone short here in this area, and you could have gone long in this area, and I am the long reversal trader by proxy. So this one just fell down here, found finally some kind of support here as we all expected, and then just grinded up here, got out 75% here or something, and then 25% something here, and then it just kept on going upwards. I told you this on Twitter that I'm going out now, so it probably goes higher, but I met my goal for this particular trade. So I thought, well, it might just, you see this big candle here, so you don't want to be stuck in a trade and it falls down like this. So I got out, made my trade, and I was happy. And this was RBLX. This was from 2 days ago. And we also saw space here, this purple line here, this one. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger for you guys. I'm going to make this one a little bigger for you guys. I'm going to make this one. I'm going to make this one. I'm going to, yes, this. So this purple line is an area of support. So if the line is purple, then it's an area of support, and this was just nice. You could have shorted it here and took this great short to the downside. I did not do that. I'm not the biggest short player. I just put my order here at 35, now 34.90-ish here, and didn't get a lot out of it, but just a little nice win because it bounced on the area that we discussed yesterday. So I'm going to give you more levels today, and I'm going to give you a lot of levels which are now on my, not the levels, but stocks that are on my screen. So this is my watch list. A total of 15 items, 16 items even. Wow. That's a lot. So looking at volume here first, and then let's see what we're gonna do. Good morning, Michael. TRCH and WKHS. Okay, why not? Mark is doing great and wants to know about this one. Well, the torch is light here, so if you had this move yesterday, then you are even could have played it above this 1021 that we gave you, because then that felt a little bit safer. That's an intraday line. So get rid of those lines here now. And so what you want to see in a stock like this, when it did what it did yesterday, that's of course you want to see a second day runner, but you don't have any levels to play off here. So there are no levels that you can play here. So you want to be this is what you want to see here. This is if you want to play this to the long side, then this is some kind of this is the kind of candle that you want to see. And the only way that you can trade this one is on PA, which is price action, because there are no levels here that you can play on. So that's TRCH. Yes, Adrian, UK, good morning. WKHS. That's been choppy. So here's the gap up, and then try to get there. Didn't get there, fell down, tried to get there one more time, didn't hold it. And now if it doesn't hold those levels, then it's just something that you have to watch out for. So I'm just going to say that if you see moves like this and a stock is building here, so this is building, that's how I call it. Maybe that's not the right term, but that's how I call it. It's building on this green line, which is the 9 moving average here on a daily. And what you want, of course, is something above this 1609, but these two highs here at 1540 might be your breakout pattern. So it's now at 1450, so this is a difficult one. Needs to get some volume in here, because maybe you can trade this one in this range here. So, well, not easy for workhorse. Not easy at all. But that's why you asked me, because if it was easy, then anyone could do this. So let's get rid of this one, because it's just in my way now. So it moves $2 on average a day. And for a $15 stock, that's always a good thing. So even if it trades in this range, then you can still make $1.50. So that's why Workhorse is such a nice stock to day trade. But looking at this right now is see two highs here at 1472, but not easy. That 40-50 level is a level for you. That's the 9 EMA on a daily. So if a stock is somewhat building here on exactly the same level for some time now, then people are buying this up. If it gets down, they buy it up every time. But what you have to fear for is if you're long biased, that something like this will happen. I was so good at this for a while, but not anymore. So you have to fear if it builds like this on a certain level, this means that someone is buying the stock every time it's just hitting this green line, or even if it hits this 40 mark, and even here, if it gets below that, it's just getting bought up all the time. So you have to fear that, well, there will come a time that they don't do that, and that's what we call it's building on this level. And if the guys, the institution that buys it here constantly at between 14 and 40.50 does not do that anymore, then you have to really be aware that it just can fall down to 13.50 or to 13.24. So if you have a short interest in this one, this also might something that you want to play to the short side. So, but otherwise you can just play this between the levels that we just gave you. So 14, 40.50, 40.72, and all the way up to 15.48. If it breaks this, of course, then you have a whole new ball game on your hands, because then you can just play this one all the way to 16-ish at first, and then just might get some momentum there. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning for us. I'm fine. Sequan. You all have your own watch list. So I'm just gonna Fisker and see what's going on here. Looked at Fisker for some time in this area. These levels are still more or less in place, I think. So this is not what I drew this morning, but this is from a few days back. So this is no longer it isn't an uptrend on a daily. You cannot deny that, of course. But this is a high. But this here is lower. So is this now setting a trend downwards, or is this just consolidation station here and wants this one to go up? So I would say 1747-ish. Put in 1750 for Fisker as supports, and then of course this 1691 level here is also some kind of support. Just let's say 1687, because this one is 1691 and this one is 1686. So let's say 1687 is your support here, but you want to see this one above 1750 if you are long buyers, and then your next target is here around 18, no, even earlier, 1786. And if it breaks 1786, then you might get somewhere. But it has to hold 1750 first, and after that 1687. So as a reversal player, I want something like this to happen, like this one. So getting down here all the way to this level here. So something like this. If something like this happens again, if this is just a rinse and repeat play here, so falls down here on this level and then trades back up like here, this is what I want to see. Then there's a lot of room. Then you have $1 on a $17 stock. That's a nice profit. CRSP. How are we on the likes? Can anybody tell me? Because we need more likes if we want to continue this Benzinga run. this is where we played CRSP for the I think this would have been somewhere in July last year when I looked at this for the last time. So made a big run since then down to this point here, and then trying to get up here, didn't do that. This high is higher than this low is higher than this low, so tries to get a little bit higher here and just manage that. So but then this low is lower than this low, so now trying to get up here and forming some kind of a trend line. And the positive thing, of course, now is that it's above its 200 SME here, this red one. Tried to get above 130.40 here, and this is 130.80. Not sure. Let's bring out my good friends here. Let's see what they have to say. No, it's not Fibonacci. So what you see here right now, I do this more often on my other show, which is at 7:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Amsterdam time. I do a little more of explaining and trying to get. Normally, you use this for more for swing trading than for anything else. So this is the Bollinger Band here, and it just is trading within this range. Of course, I would say, let's take these two out here and just let's look at these. So it's trading within these bands here, as you can see. Really nicely holds them because well, that's just the statistics. This is on the daily. What you normally would say is, okay, what are the odds here if it's holding this line that it's going up, but the trend is down. It's holding, of course, these lines here, and you're waiting for this one trend going down, but you're waiting for this move here. So you can see here that you have to wait for more than 10 days before you get that move to the upside. So then does not move all the way up here, just slam down again and hits this high here. So it hits this upper Bollinger Band, just getting above it, and then slams down again. And so now we have this on our hands. Is this the end of the trip here? Like here. Will it be slammed down again? Normally you would say if it's here at the upside of the Bollinger Band, and the odds are against it, because you might just think, okay, this one is now going to the downside here, and that's that's something that's it's so now we're combining the, just bear with me, guys. I don't use this often as a day trader because I'm looking more at levels than swing trader does. So normally a swing trader who is just here in the the bottom of the Bollinger Band here, then he would say, okay, the odds are now in favor of this one going up. And if you're here, then you would say the odds are now that this one will go down. But you can see here on a 14 RSI, the Willis RSI here, that it needs to really get above 70 before there is some kind of a proof that it will go down, like this one, and like this one, and like this one. So if I put my mouse here, then you can see where it's at the upper field here. So it's not getting there. So you can still be long bias in this one. So that was a big look at CRSP. So the levels now for CRSP are not easy. So if you want to play this one to the long side, then these highs here, 130.40-ish, and then there's another high here just in post-market, 138, 130.85. You want this to break if it's going straight up, and if it's a reversal play, then you just might want to watch this one go down first to this 128 mark and then trade it back up again. So the odds of this one going up are a little bit 50-50. It's always difficult to predict because it's just statistics, of course, but you can play this both ways. Just waiting for this one to fall down here to 128.05 level and then trade it back up again, or play the breakout to 130.41 first. That's your first resistance, and then your next resistance will be 130.82. Depending on the kind of play that you are, you really have to decide what you are going to do. OCGN, David. OCGN is on the watch list. So we're going to do the watch list. This is the big old watch list for today. How are we on those likes? Did anybody tell me that? Hit that like, guys, because it's just something that's so important for the algorithm of YouTube, and so it's important for Benzinga to get a lot of likes in order to get higher ranks. And we do this show for free, as always. Free, completely free. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm not going to sell you a course. I'm not going to sell you a war room. I'm not going to sell you a trading room. I'm not going to sell. People ask me that, of course, but there's nothing for sale in my house. Really. And why is that? I don't need it. I don't need it. So, thank you, David. I am Geo. Good morning. Hit that likes, guys. So that would be very fine. Let's look at some stocks, because it's what we want to do all day long. Trading stocks and looking at stocks, and why is this not what I'm doing? What I want to do. This is not right. So there's something wrong with my TC2000 again, which is becoming quite annoying. So I'll be back in a minute.
When you want to maximize your performance in the market, you need access to the highest quality tools and news available. Benzinga Pro stands out from all of the options you'll be presented with, and their instant access to market-moving news positions you to be prepared to take on the market in the best ways possible. Here's how it works. Benzinga Pro's news desk creates original news content that's available on your main news feed and gives you actionable information about companies you may want to invest in. This news desk information gives you the chance to beat the market, receive impactful news as it breaks, and jump on trending stocks before and as they rise. And beyond that, Benzinga Pro is packed with helpful features and unique insights that give you the best information possible. There's tools like the Live Audio Squawk, which streams every day with important news and timely updates, and the real-time news alerts that allow you to stay on top of every developing story you're keeping tabs on. Alerts and news will be sent straight to your inbox or delivered as live sound alerts. For those investors that want real-time, actionable, and breaking news about companies they may be looking to invest in, Benzinga Pro is the tool to use.
What was that? So can you still hear me, guys? Because I don't know what's going on right here, but I'm gonna just... This is not right. This is not right. This is right. Okay. Let's do the watch list. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes you have to bear with me. I have no producer here. As you know, my dog is my producer, but she's sound asleep after our morning walk. Feels no need to... Let's look at MOS. This is why I'm interested in MOS, because this is what it did yesterday. Try to bounce here. I think there's some kind of bouncing going on. I think at least. So going up all the way and then trickle down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And then this is happening right now, not right now. This happened yesterday. So this is some kind of a reversal for me. So if I would see this on any time frame, on a 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hourly time frame, and this is happening, and then this will happen, then I'm going to be long in this one. So it can move $1.30 a day. This is 32.40, this top here. So it can go all the way to this first resistance level, which is also almost a high here. There's nothing going on here right now, so as you can see, so you really want to trade this one all the way up, and then so anything maybe just a little pull down here to this 30.50 level and then trade it back up. So this 30.50 might be some kind of support here, and then you can trade this one all the way up. But you can also there's a big spread right now, but that's on no volume, so don't worry about that. I think this pull down to 30.50 maybe, or right away above 31.12 and then all the way to 32.41 might just be doing the trick for you on MOS. HPQ, same story here. This is a double bottom-ish play. This is 28 and this is 28. Cheated a little, it's 28.02, but close enough for a double bottom for me, and you need to break this high here in order to really get some steam here. And you can also use this high here as a play that it pulls down here. This is a spread right now. What you see here, this is a spread, but with no volume, so don't worry about that. This one, so you want to see this one all the way up to the next level here, which will be 13.16, and even, well, you might want to watch out for this 29.57 level also. So a lot of buy the dip possibilities here today. TGX, what did I tell you? Same play. Down for days. And now finding here some kind of double bottom. Not exactly, but getting there. And you have to see that it breaks this 64.97 level here. Kim, double bottom after going down. This is more difficult one, this one, but here is a level for you at 2077. WY, double bottom ish. So 33.42 has to hold to trade this one to the upside, and then here are your other levels for this one. 34.61. So there's a lot of room on all these stocks. Moves $1 a day normally. WU looks exactly like the same like the first one. So look at this. We try to play the breakout here on this 26 level all the way down. So a lot of people are going to see this one as a potential dip buy, and especially for this one because the 200 SME is here right at this 23.27 level. So look at that level to play this one all the way up to 24.09 if you want to. And UA exactly the same, down, 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 and now getting up there again. This is a bigger stock, so you have to be more careful. This is above. It's 200, so people who are shorting this here just now see that this 50 is some kind of support here. So this 50 EMA is support. So you really have to get into the minds of people that are shorting this one. This is easier. 94.82. That's the 50. So people who are short in this here, not as a day trade, but they shorted this here because they saw, well, this looks like a double top to me. What they want to see is something like this. I'm exaggerating right now. You see that. They want something to see, something like this to happen to the stock here. So But what I see now here is that this 50 is some kind of support. So if you are short here from 1 or 11 to 96, then you think, okay, I made my money. I'm looking at this as some kind of support on the 50, and my next resistance here is right under this 100 level. So maybe I'm get some out here and load back up here in order to really push this one down all the way to here. They want to see this trickle down effect here. So 94.82 and 99.56 are the levels here on NUE, New Core Club. So you notice that I pick some other stocks than other channels, because that's very simple. Other channels already picked the stock, so then don't have to talk about that one here anymore. So this is nice double topping here also. So two kind of players will be here, and the one type is the type that I want to be. I want to play the breakout here, so breaks 46.72, and then you can play this one all the way to 48. 47.90, and maybe you want to see this one also pull back a little bit first to 54.31 and then play to the upside. But you have to be careful, because people will trying to get something, who are short interested, they want to get something like this here. So this downward move they want to see here also break this 200 SME quite easily here. So this is what one of short players want to see, something like this, and this is what the long players want to see here. So there's going to be a battle here on these levels: 45.31, 46.72. Then Wish. I said yesterday I'm getting out, so it will probably go up now, and well, everybody saw, of course, that it did. So this is Wish. The levels that we've got here are no longer in place. We have past that station right now. So this is now the opening here at 14.50 and big pullback. I'm sorry. So what you at least want to see is that this, so this is not a high of yesterday here, which is 13.87, does not hold that, and it is also the close post market. So 30.89 is definitely a level for Wish. And if you're long biased and you want to trade this one above 13.89, because what you don't want to see something like this if you're long biased, which certainly, well, maybe you want to, because you still can play this on a daily basis, of course. But I'm looking for something like this, of course, on Wish. It just might do that. Might. But that's what I'm playing for. I want to see anything above 13.89, and this one was rejected big time, this 15 level here. That's your next resistance. So there's room enough to play this one more time today. Stephen Weeks, it's a Tuesday. Ash and Catherine. OCGN. Someone called out OCGN, and this is OCGN yesterday. Finally. Finally. There's some life here. You determined this 626 to be a level. Well, it is. But that's not something that you want to look at now because it's way above that. So you could have played this one earlier on this 626 level. 657 level was broken yesterday, big time. So OCGN is doing well, finally. So now it's just a chop, as you can see here. And now my screen is frozen. And now it's back. So this is OCGN, big move up, finally. Broke this 9 EMA here, and you want to find some kind of support here on this 7 level. So this is around 709. So let's say 7 will be your support level, because what you're looking for as a strategy or as a play is something like this, and then this is your next level of resistance, 767. That's very close to this 757. So let's say 760. And then all the way up to 816. So looking for a second day runner, OCGN. CCL back on a watch list. Why not? Well, this is CCL, and this is COVID. And we talked about CCL when it was here and said, well, maybe, just maybe, it has to go all the way to this 40, only 10 points away. But it has a lot of trouble in doing that right now. But the trend is your friend in this case. So all signs are looking good for this one. So it's going down now a little bit. This is just the way the stock moves. So up, down, up, down, down, up, little down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And that's just not exactly like you. If you go to the textbooks, then the lines are just smoother than that, but this is just forming a nice uptrend. But now here, for the first time since it's not. So if you see this in a broader perspective, so if this is your first wave here, this. Can you see this? This is your first wave. So this is your first wave. Then the next high in this first wave is this one. So this is your second wave. So this high is higher than this high, clearly. But what you see right now, that these waves are getting smaller, and that the highs are just a little bit higher, but not so convincingly anymore as this big moves that you saw here in the beginning. So this trend line was trend line of the past, I think. So it's more suitable to say, okay, this is my new trend line here, if you are a swing trader. As a day trader, you want to look at the resistance here This is the 9 and the 20 EMA coming together, crossing here. The crossing here also, and the stock goes up, crossing here also, and will the stock go down? So this green one is now above the yellow one, and the stock goes up, and now the green one is under this yellow one, and is this now some kind of evidence that it will go down? Well, yeah, I'm not a swing trader, I'm a day trader, so I'm gonna just look at this level here of 28.95. And if you watch this show, or if you're watching CCL more than once, then you will know that it has the habit of going down here to previous levels. So 28.31 will be a level, 27.91 will be a level, and then you can trade it back up. So this is something that you see here, that you see often. CCL goes down, hits a level, and then gets back up. So I like to trade CCL on a pullback. So it has to pull back, and then you can trade this one to the upside. I just gave you the levels 28.31, 27.91, and then 28.95, and then the pre-market open 29.19 is a new target for you. So the stock moves $1 a day, sometimes more, so that's just good enough for a $28 stock. FCEL, this is FCEL. This is not something that you want to see in the stock. Is this now? It looks like it's in consolidation station again, but don't see any signs of an upward movement other than this little green one with this little wick here, but not convincing at all yet. So if it falls down again, this 851 really has to hold, and then you maybe can trade this one back up again, and then you have a 50-cent moves on your hand. That's enough on an $8 stock. But what you really want to see is some strength in this one. So if this is a sign of some kind of bounce, then this is this is the move that you want to see. So above 90 all the way up to 932. There's not a lot of room there, but so trade this one on a. I want to trade this one on a pullback, so it has to pull back first before I can trade it up. Because if I trade it as a breakout, then they're going to run into this resistance at 930. So I need something better than that. So a pullback all the way to 851 would be nice. So that's what I'm gonna do on FCEL. I'm waiting for the pullback here and then trade it to the upside. Otherwise, it's there's not a lot of space here. CLF. This is CLF, nice trend line. You can also pull out the Boolean statistics for this one. So this is now tick this 50 EMA here. Now 20 EMA was resistance yesterday, 2089, and now it's around 2005, and then 2169 has to break in order to trade this one further. Well, that's not very accurate. 2160 has to break in order to trade this one to the upside. So I want to see a break of 2160 to really know that there is some strength in this one, and maybe you want to trade this on a pullback because this looks like some nice support. Also this 2068. So on CLF 2068, 2105 and 2160. AL. This is AL, and this looks like a bounce for AL finally again after this big move down to this 2583 got rejected. That's the COVID level. So we looked at this more than once and said, okay, we'll break this COVID level. So this is when COVID started. Of course, the fall here, and now it's just trying to bounce you at this 2188 levels. So let's get these out of the way. Yeah, I want to do a breakout play here. So 2254 will be my play for this one, and then play this one to the upsides, to 23 level, if that's possible. Let's look at this. There is a lot of resistance here. So there's a lot of resistance here between this. If it breaks out here, then it's going to run into the resistance here. So we want to look at this for a few days in order to see if it can break this resistance. It looks like it wants to bounce, but really has to chew to all this resistance that you've got here. So difficult one, AAL. This is FCX. This is what we thought it would do yesterday. Well, it's got there, not all the way, but satisfying enough. So this is the break above 30.54, and this is what you want to see right now. $36. Gets down all the way down, bounces here, seems like the bounce here, and now you want to play this one above the 36 level, and there's room enough to the upside. So your first resistance here is 37-ish, and then 37.24. LVS. Also bouncing, also looking for a second day runner here. So anything that looks like this on the day will just do. And then you have this nice support level here, 54.62. And then your next resistance is 55.60. Difficult to day trade, just $1. You need a bigger move than that. So I think that just some pullback will be needed in order to day trade this one. It's a real low floater, so be careful. I don't know. I'm just gonna say price action for this one. So forget these levels and trade on price action if you want to trade this. WI. Bouncing at this level, 33.42. All the way to 34.61. We talked about this one, didn't we? Sometimes I even don't know. So these are the levels on WI, or I did this in my dreams in preparing this, but 33.42, 34.61 on WI are the levels. Juan, show the process for my... Oh yes, I can do that. That's quite easy. So this is what I do. This is the... You can see this is the big watch list, and this is now the pre-market. But when I open this, then this says post-market. So we are now in pre-market, and there are 1,000 stocks now on this pre-market. So 1,000 stocks are trading right now. So I open this same thing every day in during post-market, and then this is what I do. Watch. TRCH. We talked about this one. Hydra. Too small. PPXS going up but small. Wish. Talked about that. Adil. Might be a secondary runner. Good. Getting up there. Don't like this one. AMC has to break this first. ORV. NAKD. Not trading this one too thickly. HMIZ. SQQs, SOS, too small. OCGN, talked about that. SNDL. LKCO. So I'm looking at this one and I see the daily, and with one glimpse of an eye, I can see if there's something going on right here. So this one might be a secondary one. BBIG, need volume on this one. NEO. So this is how I go over the complete watch list in post-market based on volume first. So the volumes here are now very low, but in post-market they are bigger because we are now just in pre-market. So this is what I do. I just scan these. And I see we talked about this one before. And ENG and FAMI and MFIS and Apple and Jern and Arcon. And if I like a stock, then I do this. I copy it to my favorite, and that's my watch list. Cloth, like this one. Copy it to my favorites. So this is what I do for almost an hour before I get on the show. And I do that in the evening, and then I do that in the morning again. So evening Amsterdam time, and in the morning Amsterdam time at 10 o'clock. Just going through all those watch lists. And I can also use some of the scans that I built myself. So like this one, RSI crossing through 80. This is something that I built myself. And now I can see all the RSI, all the stocks that are crossing there. And I'm going to look at volume here. So this is now HUL. Okay, crossing through 80. So up. Now getting slammed here, as you can see. Looking at XP. Also to the downside. SMR. App, so looking at those, and so I'm having some other scanners here. So this is cancel this one, and I also can see something like this bounce here. Let's see if something turns up here in the early morning. Volume. Oh. So I look at my scans and I look at all the stocks, and then just this is, we saw a lot of bounces. So this is coming from my bounce list: AIG, RF, MET. So these are all bounces. I can see that because I made a scanner that shows me all the stocks that are bouncing from the bottom. So if you're long biased and you want to see if this is something that's interesting. So that's what I do. That's how I built my watch list. Did you see that? And I can do this in this tempo because it's just watching at charts all day long for years now. That gives me that experience that I can spot something that I might find interesting. And sometimes I'm going to just discard them and say, okay, that's just not good enough, or it's not interesting enough, or there's not enough volume, or the float is too low, the ATR is too low. I'm going to just get rid of them again. And so that's how I build my watch list. Little frog there. So how are we doing on likes, guys? Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, because it's really important for us to do that. If you do that. So it's 5:05 now. If you're not watching this live, but if you are re-watching this, and I know that a lot of you do, and then also hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitter, hit that like and retweet this, because it's not for me. I'm not selling you anything. It's for Benzinga, and we need a lot of likes in order to stay on the growth path. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, then follow me. And then you can see the Twitter handle under my YouTube channel. Just click on that and you can follow me, so you can see what I have been doing during the day. And sometimes I'm going to say I am watching this. So I'm watching a stock, and if I'm watching a stock, then it's going to be near a level. But I'm a little hesitant to do that, because you don't have to follow me, and you don't follow me. You have to do your own due diligence, and you have to make your own strategies in order to be a good day trader. So this show is for information purposes only. You know that all. So I will be back at 7:30 at my own channel. Follow me on Twitter if you know where that is. And that's 7:30 Eastern time, and that's 1:30 Amsterdam time. Tomorrow I'll be otherwise occupied. So tomorrow there will be no show, no early bird show tomorrow, but I will be back on Thursday. So please, if you didn't do that already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and then I will see you all back on Thursday, 4 a.m. Eastern time. Have a nice trading day, everybody. Goodbye.